Today we're going to talk about main idea, or what the story is mostly about. Here's some things you can do to help you find the main idea. Before reading, you can look at the title. You can look at the text features. Think, what will it be about? Also consider the genre. Is it a fiction or a nonfiction? And if it's a fiction, you can think about if it's a mystery, a historical fiction, or a fantasy, how that might impact the main idea. During reading, look for repeated words, pictures, themes, ideas, or information. And after you read, you can think about what the most important idea was or the topic sentence. And if there is conflict in the story, you can think about how does the character deal with that conflict. Topic sentences also help us think about the main idea. The topic sentence is the first sentence of a paragraph that tells the main idea, or tells the reader what they will read. Sometimes topic sentences can also be found in the middle or restated at the end of paragraphs or stories. But when you identify the topic sentence, this will help you to think about what the rest of the story will be about. An example, if I read the topic sentence, I made 2 goals for myself this year, I would anticipate that the rest of the story would be about goals. Today, I'm going to read you a story that I wrote, and I want you to be thinking about what was the topic sentence and what the main idea of the story is. Glacier National Park. Glacier National Park is a spectacular place to vacation. I spent 5 days backpacking in Glacier National Park. Everything I needed was in my backpack. It weighed over 35 pounds. All my supplies are small. This is the stove I carried to boil water to cook food. The foil prevents the wind from blowing out the flame heating the water. This is where we had dinner. You have to eat away from your tent so bears don't come near where you are sleeping. Each night we camped in a different location. This is my favorite spot. My tent folds down very small and only weighs a few pounds. As we hiked to the top of the mountain, we came across many beautiful waterfalls. The deer are not afraid of people at Glacier National Park. They come right up to you. This one wanted my sock. Many of the trails were hidden amongst tall grasses. These plants are called bear paws. It was magical looking. As we got closer to the top of the mountain, the views were amazing. For the last stretch of the trail, we left our backpacks at the foot of the trail. The hike was much easier without the extra weight. You can see snow on the mountain, and this was July. We're still a distance from the top, but just over the edge is a very steep cliff. I got too scared here to keep going. I looked down, and this was my view. Can you find the trail? It's right here. Although we didn't make it to the top, I loved the journey. I can't wait to go back to Glacier National Park again someday. Now that I've read the story, I'm going to think back about how to find the main idea. Remember that the main idea is what the story is mostly about. I can consider these 5 things. Ask yourself, what did I just read about? Look back at the title. Look back at the pictures. Look for clue words that are used repeatedly. Reread the first and last sentence paragraphs. The last sentence was, I can't wait to go back to Glacier National Park again someday. The first sentence, or the topic sentence, was Glacier National Park is a spectacular place to vacation. The title was Glacier National Park. Those things helped me to think about the main idea. The topic sentence told me that I thought this was a great place to vacation. The main idea then was all of the things that I did while I was at Glacier National Park, that I went backpacking, and the pictures then show all of the details that we did while we were at Glacier National Park. The materials that I took, where we camped, the sights that we saw, and then at the end that it was just too scary to keep going, so we stopped before we got to the top and went back down. When I review the text, it helps me to identify the main idea, and then the supporting details tell more about that main idea. You're going to do the same thing as you read today during Read to Self time. Think about what was the main idea, identify the topic sentence to help you preview what the main idea will be about, and then the supporting details are everything else that tell about the main idea.